It looks like we all do the dishes a little bit differently. I really don't leave peanut butter on my stuff most of the time. So I just got my medical records because I requested them to see what was going on with the anesthesia that they gave me. I know some of you wanted an update. And if you missed it, short story, I was taken in for my procedure. My surgeon told me I was having anesthesia like they do for a colonoscopy. And then I talked to the anesthesiologist in pre-op, never said a word about what kind of anesthesia she was doing, but I was just taking the word of my surgeon. Never asked her, like, what are you doing for my surgery? She never spoke of general anesthesia once to me, never asked if I wanted to have that instead of the other anesthesia that I was told that I was getting. But she did check it on the form. And I didn't read through the pages and pages and pages of forms that I was signing, which I should have. But I feel like I was basically tricked into getting general anesthesia, because then when we were in the operating room, right before she put me to sleep, she announced in front of the surgeon, I'm doing general anesthesia, and his face was like this, why? And then he kept looking at her, like, what was she doing? Then I was like, what's going on? He's like, it'll be okay. And then I was asleep, so I don't know what conversation went on after that, or if any conversation went on, but in my opinion, she did it to make more money. And I don't know if she makes the extra money or if the hospital makes the extra money, but they're getting whatever from the insurance, even though I did not need that for my procedure or for my health. Like, I have all kind of pot stuff now. I have nerve pain up through my head, into my eye, all the way up into here that I'm having to take stuff for because it's like setting off other systems in my body. If you have POTS, you know, you don't want extra trauma to your body if you don't need it. And I did not need that. And she did it in a way that I didn't have a chance to say, no, I'm not going to do that. She announced it right before she put me to sleep in the operating room. It was like planned out in her mind, I feel like. In my opinion, the anesthesiologist is a liar. And I would never want to have her as an anesthesiologist. Her name's Dr. Angela Roche. I'll put her name on the screen here in case you're ever at Northwest Hospital in Tucson. And also, if you do go to Northwest, make sure you're reading through every line and everything bit of your paperwork, because they can check mark things and tell you one thing and check mark something and do something different to you. And then, oh, you signed off on it. Trick or treat with no treats involved. And not just for Northwest Hospital, but for any hospital. I mean, I guess you sit there for an hour and read through your paperwork, because what they're doing or checking, they could be checking something totally different than what they're telling you. It obviously happened to me, and I never thought it would. I trusted the medical professionals that were working on me, and they did something different without telling me verbally, but tricking me into signing it. And the hospital did send me a letter that said you signed off on general anesthesia. That's all they really care about, is that they have your signature. My whole point in this was not to sue anyone or to bring about a lawsuit. I just wanted them to be aware of what she's doing so she doesn't do it to somebody else. But they don't listen to you that this is what I was supposed to have and this is what she did without telling me. They don't listen to that part because they have your signature. So I don't know if they're in on it or what, but I don't trust any of them anymore.